Hey everybody, welcome. I'm Dane, your host of the Rocky Metal Guardian. Today I'm going to review the new album by Blood Ceremony, and it is called The Old Ways Remain. I'm going to give a track-by-track analysis, and then at the end I will give you my overall impressions of the album, including my rating. So let's jump right in. The first song is called The Hellfire Club, and this is one of my favorite songs on the album. It has a great opening riff, and Aaliyah O'Brien's vocals are just phenomenal. They're fantastic. They're amazing. Her phrasing is great. And then there's some flute later on in the song, and then it ends with a guitar solo, or close to the end, there's a guitar solo. It's just a great song. Next, number 2 is Ipsissimus, if I'm pronouncing that right. And looking up what this word means, it means the highest mode of attainment, being your best self. It could possibly mean achieving enlightenment, maybe even nirvana, if you will. So anyway, it opens up with the flute, which is brief, and then you get the chorus of the song, and the chorus is essentially just her singing the title of the song, which is, of course, Ipsissimus. What's cool about this is that while the chorus is going on and she's singing the title, the keys sound almost exactly, if not exactly like the keys on the Blue Oyster Cult song Career of Evil. So that's kind of a nice touch, whether intentional or not, I'm not sure. Anyway, I like it. The song is a great melody, and then there's another great guitar solo. And then the outro is her playing the flute, and I love the outro here. Number 2 is a song called Eugenie, which I guess is the female name for Eugene. It opens with guitar and flute. Her flute playing again is fantastic, and then there's a great bluesy style guitar playing after that, which follows that. Then there's some organ in the middle of the song. One of the features of the whole album is, for the most part, is when you get to the middle or near the middle of a certain track, there's going to be some change or something else is introduced into the song, like a new instrument, that sort of thing. Anyway, so you get this bluesy style guitar playing, then a great organ in the middle, and then after that you get some saxophone, which is a nice treat. I'm not the biggest saxophone person when it comes to rock music, but I like it here. It's a really nice treat. It works. So because you get bluesy guitar, organ, then sax, and of course the flute, which you're going to expect with this band, this is definitely a prog rock song, right? And I love it. So the instrumentation overall in the song is fabulous. Then you get the chorus again, and then at the end you get a sax solo with vocals to end, which is a really nice treat. So that's Eugenie. Number 4 is Lolly Williams. This opens with flute and drums, then some guitar and vocals. There's a nice melody in the chorus here, or overall. And in the pre-chorus, the first 2/3 of the song is for the most part a pop song with a few heavy rhythm guitar pieces, and then the last third of the song, is a killer guitar solo. It's brief, but it's really good. If it would just be a little bit longer, it'd even be better. So that's the 4th song. And Lolly Willows was released as a single, I want to say a while back, like maybe a year or 2 ago, if not further back. Don't quote me on that. Number 5 is Powers of Darkness. This is my second least favorite song, but it's still good, if that makes sense. The song title gives you the impression this is going to be a heavy, dark... Well, the lyrics are dark, but hence the song title, but it's a light song, and that's okay. So it's a light, pop-sounding song, despite the song title, but you do have some cool guitar playing here, so that's a nice treat. Number 6 is The Bonfires at Bella Coombe, or Coombe, if I'm pronouncing that right. That's a Celtic title, or place somewhere, I guess. It opens with guitar and a little bit of violin, which is nice in the beginning here. And then you get a cool chorus, and like most of the album, when you get to the chorus, you want to sing along. That's definitely the way Ipsissimus is, and Lolly Willows. Then at the center of the song, you get some bass, drums, and flute, then return to vocals, and then the last section, the chorus speeds up. Not exactly like in the Black Sabbath album Paranoid, but very similar to that. I think they're trying to, I can't, get into their minds, but I think they're trying to do something in that similar vein, being Black Sabbath fans, right? So that the chorus speeds up with some amazing flute playing to follow that. And then, finally, the end of the song, you get some Robbie Steinhardt of Kansas style heavy violin in small spurts at the end, which is a really cool way to end the song. So that's The Bonfires of Bella Coombe. Number 7 is Widdershins. This has a nice intro with some great guitar riffing and drums. Then there's a catchy chorus that you can sing along to. Then there's a slow, mesmerizing flute in the middle of the song. and then a slow, heavy guitar. The middle of the song is just fabulous. And then it speeds up to the chorus. So that's Widdershins. Next is Hecate. She's the Greek goddess of witchcraft. And this is my least favorite song. Yet, still I like it. It's a good song, but it's my least favorite of all 10 tracks. It's a mellow pop song. It has a 70s vibe, which is great. Go figure it. That's who they are as a band. But again, you get a song like Hecate, you're thinking, it's going to be heavy in some ways. You're dealing with witchcraft, and she's a character in the play Macbeth, right? And just a dark figure in Greek mythology all around, but you get a pop song. But it is what it is, so my least favorite. Number 9 is Mossy Wood. This is great. This is a pastoral, folk-like song. And you have some great vocals, great violin, great acoustic guitar, and some great bass and drums all around. The flute playing in the middle of the song is great, but it's too brief. It has this Appalachian feel to it, which I really like. There's no electric guitar in the song, but it's a really cool pastoral folk tune that I like. And finally, we come to number 10, Song of the Morrow. This is a slow song, but it's quite compelling. It's, I think, the longest song on, I think it's like 6 and change. It's a slow song, as I said, but it really showcases her vocals. The first 2.5 minutes, it's showcasing her vocal talent. Then the vocals shift to an altered way of her singing. I'm not sure if it's a vocoder, but her song, or rather her vocals, are changed through some form of technology, and it's kind of a narration style vocals. And I like it. Normally I don't like that sort of thing too much, but it's short, but I like it. And then there's a return to the chorus at the 3-minute 46 mark, and then at the 4:19 mark you get her wonderful flute again with bass drums and other atmospheric sounds in the background. These maybe samples, maybe from a mellotron, I'm not sure, or some other device, but it's really cool. So these soundscapes, and then during this you get this guitar way in the background at times, which I like. I would prefer if it was up a little bit, but I'm okay with it. And then at the 5-minute 32-second mark, you get a different atmospheric soundscape to close the song, which is a nice touch. So this is the most different style of song on the 10 songs that are here on this album. So let me give you my overall thoughts. The vocals here are just superb by Aaliyah O'Brien, perhaps her best. Now, having said that, I love her vocal performances on the previous 4 albums, but perhaps here's her rising to the top, coming into her own maybe. I just love it. Her flute is awesome. It's always been awesome, but here I think, again, it's even better, if that makes sense. You have the right amount of flute. It's not overbearing. It's not over-intrusive like on the debut. I like some of the songs on the debut, but I think there's too much flute on that piece. But here the flute works exceptionally well with all the songs here. The lyrics are intriguing and fantastic. I took to this immediately the first time I listened to it. I put my headphones in on my phone because I haven't bought it yet. I wanted to see if I liked it before I buy it. And I was just blown away, despite the fact that it's a lighter album than the previous works. And I'm going to get it. But the lyrics are intriguing and fantastic. And I was captivated from the get-go. All songs hooked me. I like all the songs, as I said. So, when you take to an album immediately, that means, for the most part, that there's something special. And I've listened to it 4 times, and each time that I listened to it, that excitement did not go away. I felt the same way I felt the first time. So that tells you it's special, at least for me. So I haven't changed my mind about the way I feel about this album. All the songs are memorable. There are no weak tracks, although there's a couple I don't like as much, but I still like them. So there's no filler. This might be my favorite album of the year. We'll have to wait till December 31st to decide that, for me to decide that. But so far, this might be my favorite album of the year. We'll see. Now, the Black Sabbath influence musically is gone, but not lyrically. I'm okay with that. I'll come back to that in a minute. So I describe this album as heavy folk rock. They're great riffs. There's great musicianship all around. I love the various instrumentation used. I love the violin and the saxophone introduced here. There's just a fantastic array of instruments, and they complement one another so well. So my rating now. My rating is great. It's not a masterpiece. It's not legendary. It's not very good. It's great. So it's third in my ranking system. Make of that what you will. And that's a great positive. So if you're a Blood Ceremony fan, this is a must-have, if you ask me. Finally, do I want to follow up to sound just like this? No. Despite the fact that I love this album very much and I'm going to buy it today, no. What I would like to see them do in the future is more of some of the stuff that's on this album, but mix it with some of the heavier stuff from their previous works. And that would make the album more dynamic. Again, I love this album, but in the future, I don't want a repeat of this. I like them doing different things, and we'll see what they do. Hopefully, we won't have to wait 7 years for the next album, because it's been 7 years since the previous album. So I would like a return to some more heavier stuff, but overall, despite that, there's heavier. There isn't a lot of heavier stuff here. I love this album. It's great. So there are my thoughts on this album. I appreciate you watching. Don't forget to click that notification button so you can get notified of all upcoming videos for the week coming and so forth. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.